Effective. Now Burrow going to launch downfield for Chase. Who's got it? Touchdown LSU. Burrow from the pocket launches to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown Chase. Burrow's got time. Launching for the end zone. Jump ball. Touchdown Terrence
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So, National Champs 2020. I've been really trying to figure out how I want to start this intro. I don't know if I wanted to be like T-Bob on Off the Bench this morning. Whoa! Whoa! But if I'm being 100% honest, that's not me. I'd come across even more awkward and more weird than I already do. So I figured let's just go back to the roots. Let's start off how I started this off against Vanderbilt months ago. Let's do a good old-fashioned good, bad, and ugly from the game. So if this is your first time here, my name is Jonathan. The channel is Living Lambeaux. We do videos just like this one, football analysis. I think I'm going to get into some basketball, maybe some baseball, you know, to keep it going because I enjoy doing these. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future content. So the first thing I want to talk about is Clemson being 1 for 11 on third down. Clemson came into the game 27th in the country in third down conversion rate. LSU came in 6th. Defensively in third down conversion rate that they were allowing their opponents. If you watch my preview videos leading up to this game, you would know that that's something I said to keep an eye on, something I felt LSU had an advantage on. I thought they did a really good job of just kind of making Lawrence very uncomfortable back there, and you could, especially late in the game, you could really tell that he was kind of rattled. Keeping on the theme, LSU defensively, I thought they did a really good job showing their speed sideline to sideline. That's something that Clemson really liked to do, and I think a lot of it had to do with them just being bigger and faster and just that kind of thing versus the opponents that they played in the ACC and during the regular season. But when you get into these kind of games against a defense as athletic as LSU, they found out very early on that you couldn't run sideline to sideline with them. K'Lavon Chaisson, now that's just a guy that you have to give it up for. That was a point in the season when I declared that's like, you're just not going to get anything from him pass rush wise, and you shouldn't expect anything and just hope that he can do a good job setting the edge in the run game. But over the last 4 games, he really came alive as a pass rusher, and I think that was kind of him having maybe a light come on a little bit, but also Aranda using him a little differently. And even though if you look at the box score, it says he only had 2 tackles against Clemson, but if you really watch the game and keyed in on him, he was disruptive. And then, not to keep going back to my preview videos, but I had said that the left tackle, Carmen Jackson, that he was a guy that, even though he was great during the regular season, I thought Ohio State really kind of got after him, and so did Chaisson. ATN had a 53-54 yard, essentially a screen, go for a touchdown against Ohio State. And Clemson tried to hit LSU with that play 2 or 3 times, and LSU, specifically Queen, just read it perfectly. And I really don't think they gained any yards. Most of the time it was for a loss. So that's just great film study on LSU, great preparation. And that's what separates these super elite teams like LSU from just a very, very good team. And to keep the theme with the defense, I thought the stop that they had with about 7 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second quarter on third down was really the first time you could feel the momentum changing. It was 17-14 that point, Clemson. And when they got that stop, when you really started feeling good about it, but you could just tell that there was a shift in the momentum and that it was on LSU's side from that point forward. Offensively, I think you have to start with Jamar Chase against A.J. Terrell. Terrell's a first-round kind of talent. He might go in the second round, but he's a first-round talent, undoubtedly. And Jamar Chase just had his way with him. 9 catches, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns. And even late in the game, they tried to put Kendrick on him, and that didn't help either. The best way I could describe Jamar Chase is that you have these prospects coming out of high school that you know are D1, big time, LSU, Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, and so on, that just when you have these guys that are just future NFL guys, and then you have this 5'8", 120-pound high schooler. You know, it's just it's different. And Jamar Chase almost kind of feels like he brings that to the college level, but he's not. I mean, like I said, he's playing against a guy that's got first-round NFL talent, and he can't defend him. And we still have a year left of him. The number one play on SportsCenter this morning, Justin Jefferson on Muse, number 19 for Clemson. The best way I can describe that play is that was like an NBA crossover on a football field. That man went 5 yards over his feet, and I don't have much more to add because he only picked up a couple more yards, but that kind of play got you out your seat really quick. And then my last good thing, and I know I'm not listing everything. If I did, it'd be an hour-long video, but my last good thing is also something that's going to carry over into the next category, but it was the way LSU was able to kind of just run the ball on the ground with Clyde. 110 yards Clyde had. At one point, he only had like 36, but it was, well, I'm going to get into that next. But I just thought every time that they handed the ball off to Clyde, he did a very good job, and some of it was just great blocking by the offensive line, and some of it was just Clyde being Clyde and making guys miss, or a guy getting on his back and Clyde carrying him for another 5, you know, that sort of thing. But unfortunately, it also carries into the bad, and I think that's just LSU, how unbalanced they were in offense. They came into this game 52% pass, 48% run, and they finished this particular game 62% pass, 38% run. And, you know, honestly, I think 11 of the last 16 plays were all runs. So they were very one-dimensional, very unbalanced. And I was really kind of disappointed to see that, because like I said in the last part of my good section, is that I do feel like that they had a lot of success on the ground when they actually tried to run it. I thought LSU picking up pass rushers from Clemson was pretty bad. You know, I do think Clemson really did some stuff that confused Joe Burrow and the LSU offensive line, but there was also a lot of stuff of where, like, Skalski, number 47, you knew he was coming. They didn't try to disguise it, and it's just he didn't get blocked. And Isaiah Simmons, the guy that I said was like the one guy you have to worry about on the Clemson defense, just in the first drive or two alone of the game, he comes unblocked like 2 or 3 times, and that played a big part in LSU being unable to move the ball to start the game. So I do think it got better as the game went on, but it was still just something that was really kind of odd to see, almost, that LSU had that much trouble protecting Joe. They sacked him 5 times in this game. I thought that could have been helped by just keeping Clyde in the backfield and letting him kind of pick up the pass rushers and pass protection, you know. But I also think a little bit of that was them just trying to split him out wide to get Isaiah Simmons away from the play, almost make it a 10-on-10 game. You know, they weren't necessarily trying to find a mismatch with Clyde outside. They were just trying to get rid of Simmons. And then finally we made it to my ugly. My first ugly is, I almost feel silly saying this because LSU racked up 628 yards, but my first ugly is LSU starting both the first and the second half just bad on offense. A lot of uncharacteristic mistakes. I mean, I think you had probably 3 or 4 drop passes from the receivers. I think it was Damian Lewis that went too far past the line of scrimmage. I think it was the first play of the game. You know, you just, a lot of stuff you're not used to seeing. That probably the stage, you know, the stage was big, and we can sit here and say that it doesn't affect them, but I mean, clearly it did, and that's no fault of anybody. And honestly, the only other ugly that I have is the pass interference on Fulton on his interception. That I actually thought the officials did a pretty good job letting both teams play. Both teams got away with a lot, and for them to call that in that situation just kind of seemed like chicken shit, to be completely honest. And it was just very disappointing to see, but the refs just seem like they can never get out of their own way. So I guess you can't be too surprised at that point. So that's all I got, guys. 2020 national champs, possibly the best team to ever play, unarguably the best quarterback / best offense to ever play. Just great season. Kind of bittersweet because I'm sad it's over, but I am just super excited for next season. I just got the news on my phone that Joe Brady's going to Carolina, so that sucks. But they'll have to just keep it going, and I don't have no doubt that they will. I'm super excited to see Miles Brennan. I don't think he's gonna touch Joe's records, but the best way I could think to put it is all those records that were there before Joe came, and like Davy's passing yardage record and the touchdown record, and I think Miles is gonna blow by all of those, but he's not gonna get close enough to really rival Joe's, if that makes any sense. So you're still gonna have a LSU record-setting quarterback, but he's not gonna be Joe Burrow, and you can't expect him to be Joe Burrow. But hopefully next season is just as fun as this season, even if it doesn't end in a championship. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go ahead and drop down in the comments what last night's victory meant to you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button before you click out of this video. Let me know if you want to see other videos like this for LSU basketball and LSU baseball. I don't really know how I'd go about doing either one of those. I think basketball is a little bit easier than baseball, but I'd like to keep doing them. If people are watching them, I'm going to keep doing them. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys return for future content, future football content. I'm probably going to do another video just kind of detailing the season in general. I'll probably do some a recruiting video, just so I got a couple ideas up my sleeve. So thanks for watching, guys, for the third time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm rambling at this point, so I'll see you guys later. Bye.